guys. Oh, sorry, you asked questions. How's the mic, by the way? Is it fine? So, mic is fine. Okay. What are these SD combo? I don't know if you're still here, but I don't even know what you mean by SD combo. Is this new Thief specialization fun to play? Yes. Otherwise I wouldn't be playing it. So new Thief is better or worse with stealth changes? I mean, do you mean new Thief as in the elite spec, or do you just mean the changes to Shadow Wards? And if you mean just the changes to Shadow Wards, they're just pointless or like meaningless for the only two specs that one spec that definitely benefits from it is Deadeye. The second one that has potential is DP Daredevil with Bound. That's it. How would you play Scepter in Warrior's World? What would you change? I mean, you mean like in roaming or? Sure. I mean, you can just go. I linked in YouTube too. Sorry, I linked on Discord. You can just check Discord. My God, you lazy. Roaming. I mean, do you mean power or Conde? For power, like Scepter Dagger is not nerfed in Warrior's World, so you can actually spam it there. But I don't know if it's that good in roaming, to be honest, because maybe in like 1v1s, if you can get like decent 1v1s, I think it's definitely good. Like, but when you roam, like I don't like sword pistol, and then like when you play Scepter Dagger, you kind of need an offhand with pistol, because otherwise you have zero stealth. You're just gonna get fucked by any like Deadeye or Daredevil just chasing you, you know. So oh, it's a Spectre. Okay. How is the new changes for Thief? As I said, I don't really play Shadow Wards, so I have no use for it. How would you roam with Spectre, the class in Warrior's World? Would you change anything? I would probably try to. It's like I haven't really been in Warrior's World at all on Spectre, but the thing that is interesting is that you don't really need chrono runes in Warrior's World, because you have access to quickness from celerity, right? Like celerity sigil, it's enough that you just like it says after disabling a foe. So basically, when you F1 or even just headshot someone, you will get 5 seconds of quickness, which is and it's only 20-second cooldown, so it's quite often that you can get it. But it at the same time, it also kind of feels bad, because then you're kind of limited to just celerity. So that's why like, do you want to not be Chronomancer Rune, or do you want to be Chronomancer Rune? That's one issue that I don't know how to solve, to be honest. But I would probably try Sword Dagger and Dagger Pistol, because you want Sword if you're gonna run wells. But that's also the problem, right? If you run this many wells, like if they catch you, you have only one stun break. And honestly, I would probably try Deadly Arts in Warrior's World. Like, go Deadly Arts, pick, I don't know which one you prefer here, and then go Improv, because then, oh, I got to keep up. Because then you can at least reset your CDs, and since you have so much damage in Warrior's World, I don't think you're forced into crit strikes. Like you can get away with playing Deadly Arts in Warriors World, like with food buffs and utility, etc. So I think that should be fine. So you can start out with trying Deadly Arts with improv, do Chrono Rune, see if the damage is okay. I'd probably go full Marauder. If you reach very high crit chance, you could probably consider like putting some dragon instead of Marauder, but I don't think you reach it that high. But yeah, if you find it hard to play Sword Dagger and Dagger Pistol, I guess you could try Sword Dagger and then do Scepter Dagger as well, I guess. But then you're not gonna have stealth on demand, right? Yeah, it's not easy to play with like this spec with ping because it's so much. Like I remember when I used to scream on NA sometimes, playing SD was always the worst because so much of the ports are super like they just don't trigger sometimes, and it's frustrating, to be honest. So I can 100% understand. How was the first monthly? The first monthly finals was actually kind of a disappointment because Farrar DC'd, so we had to have Misha sit out, so we were just doing 4v4. But we were kind of just steamrolling it anyways, but yeah, kind of boring. But Ernest, if you remind me, we can check after this game. I can go into Warriors World and we can probably look. But there's so many things, as I said, with runes and there's so many options. Like this is what I meant, when you don't have pistol offhand, you can drop powder and stealth yourself. So if you're ever focused, if you run Scepter Dagger, like the only stealth that you're gonna have is Cloak and Shadow. Wait, Cloak and Dagger, sorry, not Cloak and Shadow. Cloak and Dagger, which is it's melee range, so you actually have to hug them. So if you're getting zerged by people, and it's at the same time, it's also you have to rely on hitting it. If they have Aegis or blind, etc., it's a very big. I mean, then you will miss, and then you're kind of stuck with. You used a lot of initiative to, and then you didn't get anything. No. Is Shroud 2 a blast? Yes. You've been running Thin Voice stream? I was doing it yesterday too, though. Or was it yesterday I streamed? I think it was yesterday. Dude, I'm like I have one this week left of work. Then I have vacation. No, sorry, I have this week and next week. Then I have a month vacation, and there's so much stuff that needs to be done before the vacation start. So I'm like completely, but I'm so zoned out anyways. But yeah, with crit strikes, I would experiment with Deadly Arts first, for sure. Like in PvP playing Spectre Deadly Arts, it's okay. It's not bad, but you definitely feel the damage loss. And like some classes, then you suddenly can't kill properly because you don't have enough damage, right? And sometimes when you come on +1, etc., you just survive because your damage is very lackluster. That's why you kind of get forced to play crit strikes. But the good thing with playing Deadly Arts is that you have such a low, like you will have F1 up every 15 seconds, which will guarantee you a cooldown recharge every time you F1, right? If you used all of your utilities, which can, like, you have to remember that wells are port as well, so that also helps you a lot. It's just sigils that I probably have a hard time figuring out as well. Went into his heal. Do you need to craft? No, you do not. So if you, Floody, if you make like a Arene pistol, for example, then you can get all the coming, like all the dragons that are coming, like the skins. You will be able to make all of them. It's just a skin that you're doing a collection for. So so yeah, that's why it's such big value to make Arene. You get Arene legendaries. Some people even like the just the OG Arene one, and which is fair. You know, you don't have to like the others. Some people feel like it's oh my god, he actually went to get. Some people feel like they are not like super like that they made it. I don't know. What do you mean with figuring out sigils? Are you using different sigils than on DD? Yeah, I mean on Spectre, since you have Shroud and which can proc on swap sigils, it becomes interesting. Because on DP Daredevil, for example, when you can run cleansing on one weapon set only, right? In Walrus World, you can run it on shortbow, but you can't run it on dagger pistol at all because you have no way of proccing the swap, because it's very rarely you will ever go into shortbow other than trying to disengage, or some classes you fight with shortbow, that's it. But majority of the people you fight with DP. So, but then you have no way of proccing on swap sigils, right? You can get vision or like and since I play in PvP, because I don't have shortbow anymore, but Spectre allows me to, because of the wells, because they're shadow stats, right? They allow me to port, which helps a lot with. I don't have to have shortbow anymore, so that now I can run 2 melee weapons, and which means that I can run on swap sigils there as well. But yeah, it's I can go into Walrus World, I guess. But yeah, that's what I meant with and the thing is also there's a lot of things in Walrus World that they haven't nerfed. So this trait here, it still removes 1 condi every 1 second, which is kind of cracked. But the question is then, is this enough cleanse or not? Do you still get forced into running like cleansing sigil? But I would probably start out with doing Mug, obviously. Then here it depends on what you prefer, but there's a lot of cleanse probably. So, but either even the odds or reveal training, you can pick yourself. So then improv, obviously, and the rest are the same. And then, as I mentioned before, Hydra is a very interesting sigil that I looked at a lot, since it can proc, like you can well, I don't know if we can get any mobs anywhere, but you can well, and then like sword 2, and then you can insta go into Shroud and you will proc Hydro, which is it's not bad. It's quite interesting because that's a lot of burst as well, right? So you can. I didn't have enough Shroud, so we can just port in. So that's one, and obviously the more I don't have stats on my dagger. But yeah, I would full Marauder for sure, like no question about it, because you don't have access to Marauder's resilience as Daredevil, right? You have this one, which helps a lot with like you can get access to so much like vit from power, since you are main power anyway. Like it's such value. Like you get crazy amount of HP from this when you play full Marauder. So, but that's the thing that I mentioned before, where you can experiment with going some, like most of the time people want to get as much crit chance as possible to obviously frequently crit, but I think you can definitely play around with Valk as well, Valkyrie stats, because as I mentioned, you have access to the on-swap sigils, and you're not, when you play Sword Dagger DP, you're not doing consistent damage, right? You're poking and then bursting quickly, and then you go back and you rinse and repeat. So it's not like you're constantly padding on someone, and that means that you can go a lot of Valk, which will make you have very low crit chance, but then you can also just go Vision Sigil, right? So this one. So critical, like you will crit everything for 3 seconds after swapping, and this will then proc from weapon swap or shroud. So, and then you can get way more HP than just full Marauder. But yeah, there's a lot of sigils. Mix of dragons and Marauder would be best. Yeah, the thing is just that you will only be, you won't be too much HP if you don't run like Divinity. But if you feel like you can live without running Chrono Rune in Walrus World, that you run, for example, Divinity, then you can you can obviously pick Celerity, which is like every time you disable someone, you will proc like one headshot or just F1. Oh my, no line of sight. We're gonna kill him after this. No! I removed do they have a support? Yeah, they do. I had to use the F1 there for him. He's dead anyways. As I said, the same thing there. Like, I don't know what you would like in GVGs. You want to on Daredevil, like staff Daredevil, you want to achieve 100% crit chance, right? Just to guarantee, like, to always have the damage that you need. But when you roam, I don't know what you would feel like. This is acceptable crit chance. Is it 70%? Like, what's the limit, you know? And it's kind of dangerous to always leave a warrior in downstate if they ever, like, for example, if they run banner. Stealthed blade swords. I have no idea when the burst is gonna come. But yeah. Yeah, Dragon stat is basically Marauder. We can see here. Here you have power, precision main, and wit, ferocity. And then you can do dragon, and it would be power main and ferocity main, and then precision, vitality. So it's not that bad. The only thing that you have to remember, if you do play crit strikes, I would not swap to dragons, because you have the trait in crit strikes that will convert precision into ferocity, so you can lose out on that. they still. I don't know how we had stab in the end there. Assassins and dragons with crit chance. Honestly, I just go for somewhere between 55 to 60 ferocity is an additional 25%, so it's effectively 80 to 85. Oh, you mean viewed? Oh yeah, so 55 to 60 percent crit chance and then fury on top of that. Yeah. That's completely fine. Yeah. But, fury is an additional 25%, but that's only in PvE, not in PvP. Not in PvP and Walrus World, right? They excluded that from. It's only PvE. But yeah, as I said, the sigils is kind of hard. Like, Hydra is interesting, cleansing, battle is interesting, since you have quite high, like very high durations as well. Yeah, of course. I know what you mean. When I roam, it's not like I'm trying to aim for, like, I've never had 100% crit chance. It's not what I've aimed for. I think survivability is more key. But yeah, the problem with I guess it's a bit easier now that there's no Shadow Arts Daredevils as well. But I think Deadeyes will definitely be a problem if you run Spectre. Like, you just have, if you're ever stuck on Spectre, like you can't stealth. You can just, especially if you run wells like I do, then you just stand there and look. Yeah, but that's the early. Let's hope there's some it's legendary armor, that's why I can swap. But yeah, you also the biggest issue as well, since you run, that's the problem with Walrus World. Do you need a quickness all the time, or is celerity enough? Because you also, like, if you go full Marauder, I don't know, you're just not gonna have a lot of crit chance, to be honest. Because you don't have Signet of Agility either. I don't know how much you would probably have to go like power, precision, food. There is also like the Vrits. I don't know if you would ever consider running them. Yeah, I just haven't roamed. It's I don't know. I haven't felt like it's fun to play Walrus World in the expansion, or like I haven't felt like I want to go. The reason why I roamed so much before End of Dragons was because the meta in PvP was so horrible. Like, it was probably the worst I've ever had. I just couldn't stand playing it, especially as Daredevil. So I just went and roamed instead, and I had so much more fun there. Yeah, there's honestly quite a lot of things you can experiment with. And since there's not really nodes and you don't have to rotate, I don't know if you really need all the wells. You can maybe drop one well and go like another stun break. I would probably go for blinding powder. And with that, you can actually is burn. Ooh. Oh. How is Guild Wars 2 these days? I mean, these games are such quite a... It's hard for me to kind of say what I do like on the go, especially while playing. It's easier to analyze like where to go instead, but like me live commenting all the skills is very... So the main thing with Spectre, especially my power build, is that it's a lot of poking. That's why this build becomes so much harder for people to play, because you need to know when you can stay and do damage and when you cannot stay and do damage. That's why it is a lot of poke, where I poke, I get some cooldowns off him, I poke, maybe he uses some more. If he doesn't, then I have to do X. But what you want to do is to obviously you can cast the yellow well and the red well and the elite, and then you can use your sword too. So for example, I can cast my well. If I port like this, I won't reach him, but if I cast a well first and then sword 2 after, then I get much more distance and I will be able to port into him. And some of my wells actually do. Like the yellow well gives me boons, which is good for me. And the red one is actually damage, which is also unblockable. So if he's using block, I'm not affected by that either. And the reason why you also want to engage with sword 2 is that you have a safe spot, right? So I can always go back and forth. I can go into the enemy and then I can leave. So I dictate when I want to engage. Like obviously some enemies they also have ports. So now I port away from him, I can port back. But you want to know a lot when you can spike. So for example, now I use my elite, but what if he had stabbed there, or yeah, that's it's also hard to just call all of that stuff at the same time, but I think it would be easier for me to like watch a game and then comment on what I'm doing, like rewatch a game. But yeah, your main burst is obviously Shroud, so that's what I meant with like you poke them. Here we daze him, then we can go into Shroud 4, and then we got kill on him. But now we want to port in with yellow well and sword 2. Okay, no valid path. Then we do the red one. Watch out because he's blocking, so we don't want to get CC'd. We port out again. This is what I meant with the... We can port in, and now he used it, his invul. Now he doesn't have anything. I don't think he has a stun break. So we elite and sword 2. Now he's stuck. Boom, we blast him. Because he has no more stun breaks. He has no outs. We don't want him to full cap. The reason why you want to also, as I said, you want to try and cloak and dagger people. But you can't just run into them and cloak and dagger. It's so obvious that they will just dodge it, right? Or blind or block or anything pretty much. Um, oh, that's why you want to, like when you cast the wells, since I'm running chrono runes, every well that I cast, which is the blue, yellow, red, and elite, they will give me quickness. That makes it easier for me to land cloak and dagger as well. Like, if I don't do that, then it's gonna be slow as hell. Yeah, you cast elite first, and then I can show you. I've experimented with that jumble as well, but the thing is, like, I feel like even if the 5-second difference is not that much, if the green well would be the same cast time as purple and yellow, I would hands down do it. But if I cast the red one and port into the enemy, it's still like, it ticks, like even on a heavy golem, it still ticks 1k. Like, that's quite a lot. Like, imagine in a team fight, it's not little damage that it's actually doing. Even if you get just one tick out of it, it's still 1k. Oh yeah, sorry, Arky, thank you so much for the raid. But the Conde tick poison, yeah, but I mean, I don't know if you can you swap to dagger then? I don't know. I don't really care for poison. But yeah, for elite, you cast elite first. The same with all the wells. You cannot do it with heal because heal will actually port you at 80% or 90%. Look, it ported me already. That means the port already happens before the cast is done. That's why I cannot sword 2 after the cast, because the well has already been placed. But if I do yellow well, I cast it and then I spam 2 after, then boom, I get placed where the like it increases the distance. Like sword 2 is 900. You see, I don't reach him, but if we cast a well, now we reach. And with elite, it's basically elite and sword 2. And you can do that with shadow step. You can do it with if you play Warlord's World or you wanna experiment. You can actually even do it with Infiltrator Signet. I have to do this. Oh yeah, I was Deadly Arts already, or what? Last game. I didn't even think about it. Another thing with the wells as well that you can do. Some of them have obviously animations, so you can stow them. Like if you, it doesn't, like elite, you jump up in the air and the enemies will see it, but you can actually stow it. So you can, it's not used. Sometimes it's used in 1v1s. You can bait them into maybe cast, like maybe they dodge or whatever. Maybe you get a block out of them. The heal is the one that is very interesting as well. So it actually has a animation, right? You see the blue animation. So if you have the option allow skill retargeting, that means that if I cast the heal well here and I move my mouse behind, I will port to where I move my mouse. Obviously I have to move the mouse before the port actually happens. But where you start the cast of the heal, that's where the animation will show. But you can also change direction. It's good for juking. Sometimes when you're getting chased and you cast your heal in front and then you just turn around and you use it behind. The red and the green does have a little bit of animation, like not a visual effect, but you can see on the hands. Yellow has a little bit, but it's so quick that you will never be able to react to it. But green has. But yeah, with this we can. So you can reach pretty crazy distance. It's quite funny in Warlord's World. Like you can first cast a well, you can cast a well into elite, into sword to infiltrator. You can do shadow step as well. So
found out what her name was, that ended up too.
But yeah, sorry. New to Thief, what spec for PvP do you recommend learning for Spectre, Power, or Condi? I think if you're new to Thief, the power build is obviously extremely hard for people to play. Like I'd probably just start with Condi. I mean, it's much more forgiving. Can you tell me the dagger combo by numbers, which I must click to do damage? What do you mean, like? So, let's say we do, this is the enemy. So you can do, you do well into sword 2, you cloak and dagger, you hit him in the back. The reason why you hit him in the back with cloak and dagger, with when you're in stealth, you get access to tactical strike, and this one will blind if you hit them in front and give vulnerability. But if you hit them in the back, you will daze them instead. That's why you want to land it. And that's what you kind of want to do. You want to poke them with cloak and dagger, daze, go out, rinse and repeat until they're, when they don't have any more stun breaks, and you do have like elite, you can pretty much just one shot them in elite, right? You land the elite, like you do elite into sword 2 and then shroud 2 and shroud 4. And then you, like if you do it quickly, you would do shroud 2, shroud 4, shroud 5 instantly. I would leave shroud as well, and then I would do cloak and dagger into daze and into shroud 5 proccing. So they just get chain CC'd over and over. So now we obviously don't have the elite, so I can't really show you the full combo. So let's pretend he's in the, he's in elite. So shroud 2, shroud 5, daze, and then he's gonna proc the stun. And you can in this cast as well, you can obviously swap to DP, because DP will, like when you do the cloak and dagger daze, instantly swap into DP, because dagger pistol will do more damage when you have quickness as well, and you can just spam Heartseeker as after. Yeah. Is sword 2 supposed to work like that with wills? I have no idea. I hope they don't remove it, because yeah, it's enjoyable. I think it would hurt Spectre quite a lot, to be honest, to not be able to do that. But they don't want skill-based gameplays, and it's a problem. Do you think we can do it on the first try? No. Oh. No, but what he means is that in the history of Guild Wars 2, we've had a lot of like small niche things. I'm using Marauder. We've had a lot of stuff in the past that oh yeah, we have to go by crit strikes. You can write ! build and you can check what I have. So, oh, what am I missing? I'm missing traits. Nice. I have to relog. Otherwise I can't play. Sabotaged. I thought I pressed, but that's enough for the nice BM. Oh, we got him before because he was slowed and he was trying to do sword 3. So because of slow, the animation makes him. Oh, I don't have initiative. Oh yeah, another thing I can actually show you as a decent combo. The thing that makes the power build hard as well is that, well, I guess I wouldn't really say hard because of that, but if you play any non-Spectre build, which is with DP and stuff, he tried to do elite, and we could see that, so we could just dodge it. Since like if you would play Daredevil, like DP Daredevil for example, you get experience with Dagger Pistol, so you know how Dagger Pistol works. If you play SD Daredevil, you know how SD Daredevil then suddenly feels, right? There we will get him. We're gonna try to target the Ellie. I can't elite here. The reason why we want the Ellie is because most supports, which is the support, sorry, Tempest is the support. Obviously there can be Tempest that is not support, but in this scenario he is, and they run like a res utility, which is called Glyph. So they will rest the downstate people if you don't interrupt them, right? He's gonna port back. Nope, he's in shroud still. He blasts the stealth. Poor Thief is getting chased by everyone. Because I swapped to another Thief than my previous one. Yeah, one good combo that this requires you to know that you are on Dagger Pistol. Oh, we can actually save our ally. Not enough. Easy. This is what I mean if you see glyph. Yeah, there's the glyph, and we interrupted it. We're gonna have to interrupt it again. No, because we don't kill the rev. Oh yeah, actually we do. We don't have, because when he does the Earth Overload, we can't get stability, and since we didn't have F1 up, we couldn't really interrupt it. Any tips for playing against Spectre as a blade sword? One of the classes I can struggle with from time to time. Okay, so when the Conley Spectre build is, I don't know which one you're struggling versus, but like the Conley Spectre, I don't know how the actual matchup is supposed to be. I'd say that. Oh, actually. No, my port bugged. um, if you fight a power specter, like the most damage that you'll receive ever is from Shroud, right? And they do have animations. Was this the finals? What the hell? Okay. But so I can show you the burst. We can queue unranked as well. Let's just get some Shroud. So Shroud 2, and you see it has a animation, right? It's not the easiest to see, especially if there are wells placed. If they try to cover it with that, right? If I drop a well on top of here and Shroud 2, it's hard for you to know that it's there. But know that Shroud 2 and Shroud 4 is what does damage. So if you see that the Spectre goes into Shroud, just try to avoid them. You can kite them, right? Because Shroud 2 is placed. It's not a melee attack or anything. Like, sure, I can place it and maybe guess where you're going and stuff, so try to be unpredictable. But the thing with Shroud 4 is like, it is melee range, Shroud 4, but it's like T-Rex arms. Like, okay, I actually hit that guy, but that's the thing that can do some damage. Like Shroud 2, Shroud 4, if you tank that. And always try to save a stun break. Like, don't blow all your stun breaks. For example, let's say he does Shroud 3, which is a fear. It's just 1 second. If you ever stun break that, that's crazy. Like, you cannot. Like, if you run out of stun breaks, he will just elite you, and he can probably almost 100-0 you in the elite. Like, if he does combo it correctly and stuff. Yeah, I don't know what more, to be honest. I don't know if it's the Condi versions you're struggling versus or the power. I don't really play the Condi one myself, so it's kind of what if you only want stun break? I mean, even if you only have one stun break, you do see the elite, right? Like, it is easy. Like, even if I combine it with like, you see the animation of elite. You saw the last game versus this AT game, right? Versus the Spectre. I even have him just here, and I could already see that he's elite, like he's casting the elite. So if you tank the elite, even if he's in front of you, like you can dodge it so easily. Like, it's super easy. You just have to get used to seeing it, right? If you're just looking at your own skills, like what's on cooldown, and you don't look at the player you're fighting, of course you're gonna tank everything from them. Then yeah. That's another issue. But yeah, Condi Spectre don't run damage well. Are there multiple sources? Yeah, if you play the Condi version, you have. Oh yeah, I have to. I can't. So here, this is the meta. This is the Condi Spectre in the meta. They are using Scepter Pistol now instead of Scepter Dagger. The first part is an Immobilize, which is a projectile, so you can obviously block that. But it's kind of, you don't really care about the actual Immobilize. But the second part is actually a beam, and it's not blockable. I mean, okay, you can block it, but not projectile. Like, if you have the dome or bubble or whatever, it goes through that. It also pierces, so you can actually beam all three here. But it applies slow and torment. But it's quite a slow cast, so you can obviously interrupt this. Yeah. You can also. You don't really have to. You cannot cast it. Oh, you can actually just cast it in air. Okay, like yeah. So you don't even have to target anything, but you can actually target your ally if you want to. So if I do this, okay, then I get access to the second part. You can also swap. Like, let's say I start casting the beam on this guy, and then I see, oh, this guy is low. You can just target the other guy, and but that requires you to have allow skill retargeting. Otherwise, it won't work. So you can cast and then swap. You can swap back as well. It doesn't last so long, but you can do that on towards an ally as well. Like, let's say it's we swap to the other. Okay, okay, it doesn't work on this NPC. How do you cancel the first part's cast? I mean, it's just a projectile. Like, this is it. This is the first part. Then you get access to the second one, right? And then, as long as you have the buff, look. As long as you have the buff, you can wait. I can wait. Now I can cast. Yeah. I don't know what. Okay, I'm. Yes, I don't know if I missed any other question. Oh yeah, I think none of us. If you're still here for the Condi build, I don't have a link to that myself, but you can go to hardstack.gg. I can actually just link. Here you have. But yeah, you can, this is obviously your own preference. I don't know if I haven't seen people do that. But on Spectre, you can 100%, since you run Scepter pistol, as long as you always have a pistol in offhand as Spectre, especially in a team environment, it allows you to stealth your team, right? Because in Shroud you have blast, since you don't run shortbow anymore for blasting your smoke fields. So Shroud can actually do that. So it's not like you can spam it, so you don't have the same amount of blasts, but it's enough to stealth in the opening to prevent, especially if your team. I mean, sometimes it can be enough for you to just drop the smoke field, but if you run, that's what I meant with in Wolver's Wall. If you run Sword Dagger and you run Scepter Dagger, like Sword Pistol is so nerfed, like it's horrible to play in general because you can't spam anything with that. You just go out of initiative. So when you don't have pistol offhand, you have no on-demand stealth. But if you have pistol offhand, you can always stealth whenever you want to. We get some Shroud here. So here, for example, let's say we're gonna start the match. So we drop powder, and then we do Shroud 2. Boom. Now we blasted stealth for our team. So that's what I meant with so if you run on Condi Spectre, you already run Scepter pistol, so you have the pistol set there. I am not really a fan of sword. Like, it's not like Condi Spectre will do damage with the melee weapons. Like you can do some power damage, but it's like it's not crazy much. But Sword Dagger makes you so much harder to kill than what Sword Pistol does, because you're gonna run out of initiative so quickly with Sword Pistol. You want sword just for the poke and the Shadow Force gain, So you do have to run sword, but I think you can 100% sure like run. Oh. This is gonna hurt. Yeah. Oh. Oops, I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I almost revealed myself. What counter Spectre? So Power Spectre struggles versus Condi Spectre. I'm still in he's not after me anymore. I mean, I had used every single cooldown there already, so of course if he catches me off guard, Daredevil would have done the same to me as well. From anything that can stealth, like Power Thief, like Power Thieves are their own worst enemy. I guess that does that make sense? Yeah. Like, oh, my mouse is bugging. Oh, I don't know if we actually got him now. Oh, I didn't get him. Maybe. Oh, he broke my shroud. No, dude, how did he... I'm dead. What? Oh no, is the guy from last night. The guy who runs in 1v5 on the map and he says, I stealth and I don't see my team, but I run in middle and I die. Anything that's yeah, so anything that can stealth, obviously that can surprise you. I mean, same thing with oh, my music ended. Like soul beasts were also very annoying to fight into because of Sikkim, because then you can't really stealth. I have to fix that. He's gonna get stomped. Dude, what is this clown fiesta? They're gonna rally someone, I can't. Okay, maybe we can stomp someone. We stomped, since we run retargeting, we can actually choose to swap the stomp. I didn't get him. I think he poured it back. Yeah, I think he did. I have to fix the music. Sorry, there we go. So like a really good untamed, yeah, untamed actually. The thing is, most untamed now swap to playing hammer, which actually makes them worse. For, like it's better for me that they go hammer, which is. Did you see there? I mean, I could still. I still had time to avoid the. Oh yeah, that was the other. Oh my god, the timing. Ooh. He's Condi, I think. I wanted to hold the cap. Dude, they're knocking him so much. We interrupt his stealth. Oh. No. Oh yes, I actually stopped it. We're gonna kill him now. Is that? Yeah, I don't personally enjoy playing Condi, the Condi version. Dude, they're hard wiping on close. But that's unranked. Dodge him. We're gonna greed with the elite here. This is greedy though. Where did he? Uh-oh. I have to return here. Oh no, I got revealed. I'm probably dead here. Dude, the whole team is dead. Oh, I actually gave the shroud to the thief. That's actually quite funny. Dude, this guy is ranting like hell. You should just see the chat. What the fuck? This guy is cracked. Yeah, I had him yesterday in Jin as well. I see all the top thieves playing power, but it seems like Con is like I mean, in the tournaments, I think people are just practicing the power version since it's way harder to play. It has much higher skill gap. Like you can 100% like there's so many things you can do and get better at, and with the power one, the Condi one, you're just kind of limited to so much. Even during all the years of playing Thief, we've never really, especially like this is only in SPVP, right? In Wolves World you probably could drop shortbow whenever you wanted to, but we've never had access to on swap sigils, obviously, that's one thing. We've never had the ability of playing two melee weapons. We've always been forced into running either sword dagger and then shortbow, or dagger pistol or shortbow. I hate Shallow Grave sometimes. I read it. Yeah, you know how many times it happened for me where I have like shroud, whatever. I'm like about to die, but I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go into shroud now, and then it procs by something sneezing at me, whatever. Shallow Grave procs, so I go into shroud automatically, but then I press shroud because I was about to go into shroud myself, so I leave shroud and then I just die instantly. So the proc just got wasted. But yeah, with the two melee weapons, it's the possibilities to know when to swap to which set like when can I swap to when in a team fight should I swap to DP? When should I not? Not even I have all the answers there. It's still things that needs to be figured out a lot. And the other thing is that you can do some nice combos with, like let's say I'm on DP, and then I drop powder, I do blast, I instantly swap to sword dagger and daze, so you don't have to actually do cloak and dagger. You don't have to do cloak and dagger into daze, right? You know the answers. But yeah. The thing is, with the power build, like the power build is held, at least since what I play is, I play, like I cannot play without chrono runes. I feel like the power build feels horrible without chrono runes. Like you landing shit without quickness is horrible. At least that's what I feel. And then you get very limited into what condi cleanse you have. Right? Like you have no. The only condi cleanse that I currently have is when I go into Shroud, every 3 seconds I will remove a condi. But that's just one condi per 3 seconds. And if I'm condi bombed, like if I tank a full condi spike and I'm in Shroud, my Shroud will get depleted. I will maybe get 1 cleanse, max maybe 2 cleanses off. Because you, like, yeah, you just lose all. Yeah, you lose access to the cleansing. So then your sword 2 can cleanse, but that costs initiative. You can't afford to spam 5 initiative since you have lower than normal, right? Look, I'm already like, and when I don't have initiative and I have no shroud, I'm just free food, you know. Shadow step is you can blow that, but that's like a 50-second cooldown to cleanse 3 condis, right? It's not like you're gonna do that. Yeah, there's no cleanse in crit strikes. There's no cleanse in trickery. There's no cleanse in deadly arts. There's no the only good cleanses that exist is in oh, not even in acro. Acro a little bit, but actually not. It's only in Shadow Arts. Like the best cleanse for Thief by far is in Shadow Arts. Other than that, like Thief has always had shit cleanse in general. It's kind of given into withdraw, the heal, but then you lose access to a well, right? If you have to go withdraw. So I don't personally like that. Dude, if he's gonna get more than killed. I swear to God, I'm gonna laugh so hard. This guy is AFK. Yep, he's dead. Look now. His traps. Oh yeah, actually never mind. You actually do have you have okay, I was gonna ask if he comes. Dude, I swear soon the crying is gonna come. Okay, we're gonna elite him. I don't know if he has Shadow Step, but we'll just try. Okay, he did have. Dodge him. I don't know if he's trying to F1 us. That's his elite. We have to kite here, and the slow is destroying. I'm probably dead. Yeah. He instantly, what? Oh, he DC'd or not? They're still fighting at beach. And when they add good cleanse, they nerf it. Yeah, I mean, 1 condi cleanse per second. As long as, like, they should just remove the healing, right? This is what makes both condi Spectre and power Spectre like really annoying to fight versus. the fact that you can cleanse, sorry, you heal while you're in Shroud, right? Like, you shouldn't be able to heal your own HP while you're in Shroud, right? That's what makes it so powerful. Or like, if they remove that part, then they could give back the 1 Condi cleanse per second, because it's still in Shroud, right? And if you do get Condi bombed, it's still gonna take you 5 seconds to get rid of 5 Condis, and especially if they have cover Condis, right? So it's gonna be. Oh, I almost dead. Oh. No, he knocked me. Dude, I just don't want that NG in my team. Like he's oh no, it's rocket boost time. Is it Floddy? No, it's Fallan. Okay, he's dead. But yeah, I just I don't know. I wish that they added some cleanse at least somewhere else. That like maybe one of the wells can give 1 cleanse or whatever. It's oh no, I got stuck. No line of sight. Oh, I hate this game sometimes. Dude, like how? Oh my god, I can't even port. Oh lord. Defense this sigil. Yeah, signet of agility. Like signet of agility. Yeah, it sucks. Like go. That's like the only good cleanse you have, but that's also like 30 seconds for you to actually cleanse. Your hiding shadows is also a good cleanse. It's also like you're stuck with it being tied to your heal. Like withdraw and hiding shadows, like those are by far the hiding shadows by far the absolute best one that you can possibly get in terms of cleanse. But didn't always like cleanse. So with dash, like since Spectre isn't really like you're stealthing and you're +1ing, right? You're actually fighting actively, so that makes it right. He missed this. Okay, the thief is gonna do the. They're just hard feeding on close. This like off season has to be the worst. I swear it's so boring. Now he starts. He has the trap. Yep, there we go. He's tried to mow on me. Holy shit, that was close. Dude, I'm like 1v4. Please help me, someone. No way. Oh, he actually left. Dude, what is this? Yeah, I mean, these are builds that I don't even know where I find them. And this guy is like, can just gank them. I'm dead. Look there, it was close that my shroud probably procced. Dude, how did it daze me so many times? Unhappy camper. Yeah. Core NG. Positron. Why all the thieves look the same? Because there's an option called standard models. Standard enemy models, standard friendly models, and I use that. If I would take it off, maybe it doesn't go immediately. Oh yeah, now you see that they look different. That was some clown fiesta though. So. Oops. The fuck? There we go. I don't want. Let's see if we can find something. Way too dank. Kind of sad that the 2v2 season is like he is. He has so much potential, like in. You mean the 2v2? I don't know. I don't mind doing to it too, to be honest. But I would prefer someone to do in that case. But do you advise to play the new Thief? I mean, Spectre is by far the better class right now, if that makes sense. Sorry, the spec of Thief. Like the others are so far behind in terms of power creep, and that's the funny part that they've been nerfing. I don't mind that they actually do nerf Shadow Arts. I think that was a great change. Obviously now they kind of made certain builds quite cracked with it, but I'm assuming they're probably gonna nerf it anyways. But it definitely made it so it's easier to punish like DP Daredevil builds, since you lose a lot of stuff with the changes. Even though you don't stop them from being able to stealth whenever they want to and stealth long, because as long as you have DP, you can just Heartseeker and you can do this over and over. Yeah, Deadeye. With Shadow Arts, I'm too lazy to swap, but with Shadow Rejuvenation and like Deadeye, I guess it depends what you want to run, but oh my god, I'm gonna fuck this build so hard. Let's do it here then. So let's spam our initiative, right? We can mark him first. We spam some initiative. We are out of initiative. We dodge. Boom, we got 2. We dodge. We got 2. Like, oh, this is gonna be. We can use our. Oh, I stole it. But, so you can dodge. Can steal. Can use the heal. Stealth again. Dodge. Can dodge. Since I'm using the stolen ability, I can't. And you get super speed every time as well, right? Super speed. Super speed. Yeah, I would run elite as well. Super speed. Yep. No, I'm just showing. Right? We can get quite a long duration of super speed, to be honest. DE main, take M7. Nah, I would do. This is what I would. I would play. I would do SD, Mesmer Rune, Savagery, and I would do SD rifle, and then I would do Marauder. I would do. This is what I would pick. I would go elite. I'm not entirely sure about the third utility. I would go cleanse. I would go poison, and yeah, this is pretty much what I would run. Third utility is up to you, to be honest. There's a lot of options here. Preferably, I mean, if you want more cleanse and dodge, this one is not too bad. Oh my god, this is what am I butchered this. Now I'm gonna swap. takes too long to swap back everything. Can you do /h and tell number of hours played? I mean, they're so split over all my characters. So, do you mean for Thief in only or Blinding Powder? Yeah, but I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would do Blinding Powder though. Since you have access to stealth and dodge, I feel like that's quite enough. I don't know. Oh yeah, that's true. Thank you so much actually for for reminding me. Why you have so many? It's just so I can swap around. The knockdown, yeah, a lot of people run that. I don't. Oh yeah. I have. Across the account, I have 16,387 hours. But you also have to remember that that's very doubtful that that's actual active like gameplay time. I don't know how many times I just forget the game on as well. 60k? No, 16. Q, yeah. This specific thief has 8k hours. Yeah, but this is over 3,596 days. So I played since head start or whatever it's called, head launch. No, but like, yeah, well, I play all game modes, right? I play PvE, I play GVGs, I play. No, I don't mean just idle time. I mean, what the fuck, did I not turn it on? I mean actually, you know, like, I go sleep and I forgot to turn off the piece, like Guild Wars, you know? The game DCs me eventually, right? But it still keeps, like, it DCs me to whatever it's called, the loading screen. But that's still, yeah, yes, not log in, but like character screen, whatever it's called. It doesn't log me out. Yeah, character select. And yes, that counts. Yes. Or you don't play with Scepter, instead you go Dagger Pistol. Well, they nerfed the initiative cost of Scepter Dagger. I play Power, by the way, so. Oh, can we? No! How did he stomp so fast? Unfortunately. No, that pet actually hit me. But I play Power, right? And they nerfed the Scepter Dagger initiative cost to from 4 to 5, which makes it it's too hard to play, or not too hard. It just doesn't work because it's too little. Like, you can only cast a few and then you're out of initiative and you're fucked, right? And it's hard to land them. There's a lot of blocks, there are a lot of projectile, like negation. By that I mean stuff like look, if he dies, I'm gonna save him. But he's in Narnia right now. I just wanted... No, I'm gonna die before. Ooh, they're close. They're hunting me. 3 to 1. No valid path. I hate this game sometimes. then the power, yeah, I mean, you can, there's another website, like these websites will never ever be frequently up to date, but there's another website called hardstuck.gg, which is, the Ranger Rage Quit. Feels bad, man. I actually interrupted he's covering his signet with oh, he had stab. I think he has he's probably has, he has yeah, I was gonna say he has probably face retreat, which is staff 2. Oh. I should not have used the return there. That's greedy. Yeah, but hardstuck.gg, that one is a little bit more frequently updated because they're involved in the community and the tournaments, etc. So look. Why is he running away? Look now. Hacker man. What do you think about Daredevil to grind? What do you mean to grind? I did not do it this time though, because it has a cooldown. I mean, I think you can play whatever you want to, and I mean, it depends on what your goal is, but Spectre is by far better than any Daredevil build currently. Especially in ranked, you have so much more carry potential with either one of them. Like, Power Spectre and Condi Spectre allows you to be useful in all fights. Meanwhile, Daredevil specs just allows you to be, like, if you play the DP, the normal DP power, you can only, you rely on your team to rotate properly, to take duels, like, and if you go and +1 and they don't do anything, then yeah, there's only so much you can do. But on Spectre, like, it's just, there's so many small things. But in 2v2, Power Spectre not so viable. Power Spectre is completely fine in 2v2s. The only fight that you would struggle in is versus another Condi. Like, if you would fight a Condi Spectre, like if you would take an equal fight against a Condi Spectre as Power Spectre, yes, it's gonna suck. So that one you should probably just leave, yeah. But you can absolutely take 2v2s. I do a lot. Do a lot of times. The sad part with Power Spectre as well is that you have to drop, since you don't run Scepter, you can't support as much as you can. You can still support quite a lot, right? Just being able to, like, here I take my ally, he's low HP, right? Wait, okay, just go to my guy here. Look, we go into Shroud, boom, he gets a bit of barrier. We can give him a little bit of barrier more, and then we can actually heal him. You see, we're healing him. So you can do a lot of support without Scepter, but it's only in Shroud that you can do stuff for your ally, not outside. Meanwhile, Scepter can actually support your ally when he's so yeah, that makes the 2v2s a bit harder as well. You like Spectre? I like mobile classes with utility. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Spectre is much more fun than like we had a build in 2019 to 2020, like end of like the year, the shift there. We had a spec which was sword, pistol, acro, Daredevil, and that spec was kind of the same. You felt useful wherever you went. Like you could take 1v1s. You were not like the best 1v1 class, not by a long shot, but you could in ranked you could take 1v1s. You could team fight, and you could also like do equal fights. You could +1. You could be everywhere, and you felt useful. Meanwhile, like DP Daredevil, like the classic OG build, it relies on you to like purely +1 fights. By that is you use your mobility, like heavy mobility, which with a lot of stealth, and you just roam around the map and you go, look, my ally's in a 1v1. Okay, boom, I go +1 him. And you should obviously kill the guy as quick as possible. You can't spend a minute there to try and kill the other guy. Then your team probably wiped somewhere else because they are outnumbered. So you want to just blow someone up in, like, preferably as, yeah, like 30 seconds max. Then move to the other, like, snowball. Maybe go decap if you can decap if your team is fine. So, but that also then relies on your allies in that particular ranked game. One, that you actually have people that can 1v1 and they're not losing. If they're losing 1v1s, then it's even harder for you to carry that. Because what are you gonna do? You're gonna go into 1v1 where your ally is already pressured and losing, and then you're gonna rely on him to actually do damage for you to kill something. Yeah, it's just that's why it's so horrible to solo queue on Daredevil. Yeah, the thing that that makes Spectre, like, it's still the difference from Spectre to Daredevil to Core Thief is not that much, right? You lose your unique F1, right? Now it's a ranged one. I don't have access to the F2 utilities that I get from there, but they're just in general meaningless. But you use initiative. You use the same weapon sets. They don't change or anything. You get access to wells, but wells are just essentially ports, which you use on shortbow 5, for example. But it's still thief. But then they add another layer which is support, right, with shroud and stuff. And the other thing with shroud is, like, you get more sustain. Like, you become more tankier, but you're giving up initiative. So you have 12 initiative only compared to 15, which Daredevil has. You also lose you lose 1 evade. Daredevil has 3 evades. They also have a better evade. That makes it super hard for them to be caught. But just the fact that you can save allies, like, it's like those small things, like, look, I see my ally is getting focused, boom, I go into shroud, I managed to shroud him, but he's here, I can't really, like, then people forget that you don't have to damage the people around him. You can actually take, like, let's say a pet is here or a support is here. If you shroud one, spam the pet, he will get healed every time as well. So another thing that a lot of people also don't do is like, oh fuck, my ally is getting focused, right? We can if I'm on DP and oh, he left. Fuck, I wanted to use him there. I can wine time. Yeah, I wish I had some as well. So we can go here. So a lot of people forget as well, you can do this whether you are in Shroud or even if you're outside of Shroud. So let's say my guy here is getting zerged. Obviously it's harder when you're not on voice and stuff, that they can just reveal themselves instantly. But say he's getting focused, you can just do powder and then instantly and then Shroud 2 on top of him. Boom, now he's stealthed. You can obviously do that the opposite way as well. If you go into Shroud You can drop Shroud 2. You obviously have to be close to him. He has to be close to the radius. But you can drop Shroud 2 and instantly leave Shroud, and then you drop Pistol 5 and it will actually blast stealth. And that will stealth your ally. I can show it on myself. Yeah, like having access to quickness, like it just it feels so good. It's the only way we can get proper quickness. But yeah, so let's say I'm in Shroud, I'm getting chased. I know that this is the tricky part, that sometimes I forget myself if I was in Sword Dagger or Dagger Pistol. This only works if you had the Dagger Pistol, like you were on this set when you entered Shroud. So what you do is you're getting zerged, you go into Shroud, drop it, and then boom, now you got stealth. Even if the enemies are get hit by the Shroud 2, which does damage, you won't get revealed, which is a good thing. So it's a good. So look now. Oh, he ate my. Now he got stealth, but he ate my Shroud proc. Now we can heal him. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, no. Wells will always take prior, right? So if you don't drop. Sometimes I do it by mistake as well. Like you would port and then you would instantly drop powder on top of your well. Oh my god, I can't find any good music. I'm getting triggered. Oh, I missed the no valid path. Look, now we want to shroud him. What the actual fuck? What happened there? It looked like it made me jump, but we give him shroud. Oh, he was too far away, I guess. Or did I manage to target the other guy? I hate that they still haven't. Dude, this is some low rated game. They're not even capping sides. This is like some proper clown fiesta. Get me out of here. Like, I feel these are like probably completely new people. Interrupt him, now we can res him. I'm gonna watch out for the poison so we don't get dazed. No, never mind. They're not worth saving, I can't. Dude, he's just fucking staff wanting from the well and the people are dying. Okay, I'm not. I can't. Oh lord. Let's see how much achievement points they have. 2.3, 4K. Okay, so they're not entirely new though. 2.8. Yeah. If I didn't dodge there, he took the return. land it. Unfortunately close. I don't know why he's following after me. Just go cap, dude. What are you doing? I don't need your support. Is he trying to support me from this Steve? Dude, it's so funny. Is this AT? If this was AT, that was would be kinda. That would be crazy. Sorry, wait. That's one stun break. Oh. Close. The zoo is coming. Horb minion necro. This is something you'll never see ever again. Yeah, sorry, I haven't changed the title. No, I didn't have initiative for Cloak and Dagger, then could have maybe killed him. Oh no, I'm dead. I missed it. No, actually maybe not. Dodge through the traps. How ugly is the crown? What do you mean? Oh. No, dude, he got the rest. No, I was gonna say dodge through the traps, but I don't have any evades. I'm dead. God damn, this game is taking long though. Yeah, that's probably my last game. There's these games are pretty awful actually. Off season and then this late is not a good combo. Ugly as fuck. Do you ever focus on pooling initiative? Like, is that a valid? I mean, what do you mean, like, to preserve? Yeah, I mean, you obviously, like, let's say you know that the class has used all his stun breaks, and you're like, okay, I know I can elite him, like, sort 2 elite him. You obviously, if you have no initiative, you will never kill him after that. Or you can port into him and do the shroud burst, but you have no follow up after that. So that kind of, yeah. So sometimes yes, but you do get a feeling in general, like I have a moon if you want that in Steldrano. Yeah, let's see. Is there anyone we can host? There's no one who's PvPing in off season, to be honest. I understand. I guess I can host you to Teapot. You can if you have questions that I didn't answer or anything, you can always either ask me in game. There's the account name, or just PM me on Twitch or write on my YouTube in any of the videos. I don't mind answering any of your questions. Right, GG's guys.